My husband committed suicide, and me and my small 3 sons found him.
That's
I
crazy.
buried myself in the sand. Then she says, I found love, remarried, and then died of rare cancer.
What? Your new husband died of a rare
Yeah,
cancer?
that's not clear. Yeah, I found love, remarried, died of rare cancer. And then she says, a little bit later, lonely.
Is that it?
That's it.
Was there a question? No? Okay. Like what to do
Yeah.
next?
Yeah. She just said, yes, the new one. So I think you said something about a husband, or she said, yes, the new one.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. I've we've lost loved ones, but I haven't lost, my spouse, once, let alone twice. And if you need time to get back up and just deal, that's normal. Grief is normal. After that, what do you want to do? What's your calling? What's your passion? I mean, I had somebody come to my Thought Leadership Academy in Toronto, the last one that I did, and she lost her husband recently, and he was her greatest cheerleader and her greatest support. And before she did anything, they would pray together, and he would always cheer her on and always be there for her. And then she was, he was gone. And remind him that, hey, he's not physically with you, but he's still with you whenever you want. So the thing that helped her is she's always, she put a picture of him in her room, and before she's going to work, she does a little prayer with him, even though he's not there physically, and it's helped. It's moving on. Like, what would they want you to do, and what's the message? Think about the message to your kids. What's the message to your kids going to be? Your kids are much more likely to look at what you're doing versus what you're saying.
That's true.
So seeing how you bounce back, right? Like my sister-in-law passed away last year, 40 years old, 3 kids, from a super rare cancer too, and that took its toll on the kids, on the family. Like, we're still not through it. I mean, that's rough. And if you need time to grieve, you do it, and then what? Like, at some point you get back up and you keep living the life that you want to live. Being around supportive people who understand you and who are there to help you is super important. And if you have nobody like that in your life, hey, come on back here anytime. You got me, Zan, and Drew. We're cheering you on and sending you lots of love.
Debbie says, my best friend said I am a black widow, two loves. She says, I want to know how to, she says.
Hold on, what? Her best friend said what?
Okay.
She's a black widow?
Yeah, her best friend said that she is a black widow because she lost two.
Debbie, your best friend sucks.
Yeah.
Like, even if that's a joke, that's not a good joke.
You shouldn't joke about that.
That's like the worst thing to say. And she may not know what to say, and maybe that's her kind of defense mechanism, but you need to let her know how that makes you feel. And if that's an ongoing thing, then like, she sucks. Then you need to find new friends. If that's just a weird one-off, you need to tell her what you need. And that even if she thinks it's funny, that's not funny to you. Because it's not. That's a terrible thing to say to somebody.
Yeah. She says, I want to know how to find a date. And she said, thank you, dear angels. And it was 8 years ago for the last. She's like, I love you guys. Oh my goodness. She slept with my first husband and she told me at the funeral. So this is your best friend that told you at the funeral that she slept with your first husband?
This is not a good friend. We need to now start to raise our standards for the people we allow into our lives.